1996 Oldsmobile Cutlass Ciera. When you think of 90s cars, people rarely think of the Oldsmobile Cutlass Ciera. Let's jump right into the video. Let's do this. All right, let's go dive inside the interior of this car. Opening the driver's side door. We'll focus on the driver's side door. You have, a simple unlock and lock. A simple handle for the 90s. Your mirror adjuster and your 4 windows. Actually, fun fact, my passenger side, I taped it up there as, the motor is very slow and it's a lot faster from the driver's side. Going over to the radio, simple cassette deck player, radio with 4 presets, AC and heat. Going along the dash is 4 AC modules, as it says Oldsmobile there. Just simple, clean dash, and it says your speedometer, how fast you're going there. This car has 55,000 miles and 206. I bought the car at 52,000. I bought the car for 3,400 off a guy. Not too bad. I've only had to replace the battery, done the oil, and had it for about a year now. The Cutlass name goes way back in the 1950s as a hallmark model for Oldsmobile and became one of their most successful nameplates in the American automotive history. By the 1980s and the 1990s, the Cutlass Ciera had become the staple for Oldsmobile. It was their bread and butter for the mid-size sedan. The car bought because, people thought it was affordable and it was familiar to them. This wasn't a car, to impress your neighbors, but this was a car to get to work, reliable and comfortable. Focusing on the keys here, we have the driver's ignition key here, and it also comes with the, this unlocks your trunk on all of your doors, and as well as the glove box. I'm sure you guys know that Oldsmobile keys, they needed a separate key to start the car and to unlock the car. Going into the back seat, we have a spacious back seat. The old seat belts and just a simple, we have the unlock and the window, and just a basic back seat there. 1996 was a special year for Oldsmobile, as this was the Cutlass Ciera's last model ever produced. This exact platform had been around since 1982, and that's a long time in the car world. By the mid-90s, this car had kind of phased out and manufacturers had moved on to newer designs, but Oldsmobile kept the Ciera because people kept buying it. A few extra features we have here is the automatic seats that go back, which, I don't know, I'm a little surprised for 1996. That's on both sides, and then to move the seat, we just have this lever here. Going forward, we also have the third seat in the middle. So with all seats up, we can fit 6 people in this car. Put that down, and it can also pop out. We got all our cassettes in there to be a console cup holder there. Down below the center console, we just have a simple ashtray, for the 90s, and here we are, the cigarette lighter here, and just a simple design, and there it is. A lot of drivers describe it as you're driving a couch, and honestly, that's not an insult. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this baby in the ignition. You get the old slot machine dinging. All right, power windows. Let's go ahead and put that one down. Motor's dying slowly, but it's hanging in there. We'll go ahead and start that baby up. You guys can tell, but no lights on the dash. We'll go ahead. Down here is your hood release. I think that popped. That 3.1 liter with that V6 running smoothly. I just got the engine, the oil done on that engine, and new battery. A cheap battery ever start from Walmart, but hey, she's running good and no one can complain. There's the badging is intact on this side for the 1996, but we're gonna go ahead and show you that we're missing the Ciera right here. Well, we have the Ciera, sorry. We don't have the Cutlass right here. Now for the engine, most 1996 Oldsmobile Cutlass Ciera had came with a 3.1 V6 paired to a 4-speed automatic. I mean, it wasn't fast and it's not sporty, but it's smooth. We're gonna go ahead and get this baby on the road. Here we go. pull out of here. Kind of do a little donut here in this church's parking lot. Well, go ahead and go this way. Driving smooth. The suspension, yeah, I mean it's definitely dated. You know, it could use some work. But you know, for being, let's see, 30 years old this year, it's to be expected, you know? Here we are, driving down Hawaii's road. Reaching 20. The engine does sit on the cold side. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Have to get that checked out in the future, but it's not the worst it can be, you know? No rust on the car. She's not doing bad for her age, by no means. Just an average horn on each side, on your left side and your right side. People are probably like, what is this guy honking at? Well, gotta show you guys the horn. Yeah, smooth ride. Cruising along at 35. Not bad at all. So my radio doesn't always work. I'm not sure what's going on with that. As you can hear, it's doing a little bit of hard rock, you know, not intentionally. We'll take this turn here. I think that's the same right now with the cassette. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the case is with that. I mean, it does work every other time you get in the car. It really just depends. Not really sure. Now these cars, they definitely aren't fast, but they get you where you want, and you know they're definitely comfortable. There's no arguing there. Yeah, the Oldsmobile Cutlass Ciera, not a bad car. You know, I'm not sure exactly how much it was worth. I'll put that down in the description. In 1996, I know it would have rolled off the line in 95, but yeah, not a bad car. Let's see, it's 30 years old this year, 2026. Yeah, I mean, no complaints. I like to tell myself that, you know, I'd only buy cars, you know, pre-2000, but, you know, that kind of gets a little bit hard when, you know, rust and things start compiling. Luckily here, Hawaii, you know, no rust. You know, at least all the cars that have been here their whole lives, but yeah, it's not bad, you know. Going over a speed bump a little too fast. There we go. You know, it takes the bumps pretty nicely, you know. We're gonna go over another speed bump here. You can see, you know, that's not bad. Not bad at all. That's gonna wrap it up for the 1996 Oldsmobile Cutlass Ciera video. That was kind of a review and a depth of, hey, my car and, you know, what it is to me. And I hope you guys learned something from that or enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time.